Welcome back, everybody, to more Star Wars Episode 1 Racer here on Additional Balance Games. We are continuing our series through all the maps, all the tracks, and the circuits, and we are on our last official race, and that is Abyss on Ibanna. This is one of the most difficult tracks because it punishes you for going fast. It rewards you for driving accurately, which, as you may have seen in some of the past videos, not exactly my best trait. So, we've got what looks like a fairly simple track, but a couple hairpin turns. This circular area is actually something we want to avoid at all costs. There's if you drive accurately, you're actually able to just zip right here rather than having to go around this and make this tight curve. So plenty of tight curves for us to crash on. So we'll see how we do. Bozzy Baranta, Mr. Caveman Extraordinaire, is the track favorite. So let's go ahead and take a look at our vehicle. The best. Okay, so our traction and top speed have been damaged. And actually the top speed being damaged is potentially a good thing. Because having a lower top speed may actually be very helpful. Damaged repair, not helpful.
You'll not find a better deal anywhere, I think, huh? You race pretty good.
Alright, let's see if we can find a better repair module in the junkyard. Something that maybe doesn't cost.
Outlanders.
No.
They come here. How do they find me? They come here.
Nope.
They mess up my...
Alright, so let's go ahead and find that repair module. This guy. Sadly spending that much money on repair rather than something else. Something I'd rather have. Wow, we can actually make money and get better traction. So, there we are. Let's take a look at our vehicle again. So, our lower top speed actually may be very helpful for us in this race. Our turning is a little bit damaged, but not too much. Hopefully, we get through this without very many scratches. So, thanks again. Thanks again. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the race. See you guys there in just a second.
The current record holder for this champ is Bozzy Baranta.
Fix our view. Got our boost, which gets us off to a nice start, which could potentially ruin us. So we're going to have the nose up for a large amount of this. And again, this is where you can see that accurate racing is rewarded. So if we were to drop down there, we would have had to go to the left there. You can see it on the minimap. There's this whole circular region that you have to go around. It costs you honestly about 30 to 40 seconds, which is just devastating. Ugh, dang it. Shortcut right there. Cuts off a little bit of time as well. Falling off on this part of the track is not as devastating. What the heck? What? I exploded for nothing. You gotta be kidding me. So, alright. So unfortunately we lost some time there from a random combustion. There was no reason for that. Apparently I just fell through the world or something. Our classic jumps. Small area to boost. But we don't want to hold it too long. And there we go. We've pretty much, falling off right there has pretty much just cost us the race. You can see we've dropped into 6th position already. Simply because now we have to go through this massive circular area, which was super interesting. So, if we were up top, we would go right there. Instead, we're forced to go here to the left, and we've lost. We're already in 10th position. Not only that, not only do you lose a bunch of time, but you actually have a very tight curve right there. So right 9th place, dropping from 2nd to 9th, just because we dropped in that one area. Zip through there. Quick repair. Do our best to try and catch up. This is why. Alright. So we made it through that one, which is good. Got up in another position. But unfortunately, first place seems pretty far out of our reach. Alright. Final lap. You can see that our lap time has significantly increased. Oh, no. No. Sebulba. Come on. Come on, man. Jeez. Alright. Successfully navigated. 8th place with a bunch more people on our team. Hit the shortcut perfectly. Gained ourselves a little bit of time over our opponents there. Alright. Get our nose down. Around this curve. And you can see. Our opponents have already finished. That's an 8th place for us. And that's 9th place for us. We got a minute 13 on that last lap record, but you can see that our first and second laps are full 15 seconds longer. So, that's going to have to be another try. Let's go ahead and give it another shot. Here, let's take a look at our podracer and just make sure that I don't believe that we're going to be taking any damage. Nope. Everything is as it was, so let's give it another shot.
I see Bullseye Navwar's just taking his place on the grid. That's a quick pod racer he's got there.
No boost this time. Got our nose up already. And up. Alright, let's just go ahead and restart that race. Basically, if you mess up that first turn, you've pretty much already lost. So I'm just going to hold my nose up here for now. Keep us cruising at a steady 450. There we go. Accurate racing is what we're going for. Nose up, nose up. And we made it. Alright. First of the 3 real challenges is completed. Timed it perfectly. There we go. Used to hoping for no random explosions. And that is what a fairly perfect lap looks like. Can't see any opponents on the minimap. Need to spend less time looking at the minimap though, and more time looking at the race. Alright, fly through the air. Boost. You gotta be kidding me. And that pretty much just lost the race for us again. You explode once and they put you on the bottom map. On the bottom lap. Alright. Stick it out. We're gonna fight for it. See what we can do. Still got the 3rd lap that we can try and fight for, but you can see we've already lost 3 positions. It's just so much more track to maneuver. 5th, 7th. Ninth. Ninth again. And exploded. Unbelievable. So, one random explosion, and you're pretty much done. Fifth. Fourth. Here we go. Boost. Let's try and increase our lead and catch up with the second and first. But if we don't get this? What? What? You gotta be kidding. Like, nothing happened. Another reason why this map is absolutely frustrating. And there it is. Absolutely frustrating, guys. Is you just randomly explode. And if you randomly explode, you're screwed. Alright. Gotta finish it out. Just continue to try. Continue to practice on this map, this race. The salt is getting there, guys. Well, we're not last. But I would say 8th place is probably about where we're going to finish it. And missed that one. Which drops us back a couple more places. Well, there it is, boys. Dead last. Unless something magical happens here at the end. Hey, something magical. Boost through the end. And terrible. Alright. No good, guys. No good. Let's take a look at that. He's a full 30-some seconds faster than us. Which we can basically run that down to hitting perfectly those first couple curves. So, all right, take a look at our vehicle. Damage is about the same. Let's give it one more shot in this episode.
The current record holders for this chap is Bullseye Navoir.
Got the boost, even though I didn't really intend to. I will be immediately lifting up my nose. There we go. Stay to the center. And here's to hoping for no random explosions. Nose up for this curve. Give us a little better handling. There we are. Alright. Successfully navigated the first lap. All the other shortcuts, all the other mistakes that could be made, we can catch up from them. But losing 15-20 seconds on the first lap, is pretty much impossible to overcome. Barely made it through that, thanks to the cage, but we'll take it. Also take a little bit of boost. Get us through this curve. Again, a little more boost. Slow down, slow down. Alright, there we are. Made it through the hardest curve of the race. There we are. Lap 2, pretty much completed, and you can see how much of a difference that makes. Instead of being in 10th place coming out of that curve. We're in first. We're in first by a pretty good margin. Not the best. We made it through and we're actually relatively unharmed. So, there we are. Get our nose down. Boost through this short straightaway. Try and increase our lead just ever so slightly. Alright. Jumps. Very nice and soft. We're not going to risk. Boost. We've got a lead. Let's hold on to it. Ooh. That was tight there, guys. Lifted off the track there just a little bit. Focus on that center line. And there we are. That pretty much seals the race for us. As long as we don't have a massive number of explosions, we should be okay. Alright. Have to do a little bit of repair. That's okay. There we are. Get our nose down. Boost. Leave off the boost a little bit early. Last jump, boost through the end, and there it is. So we actually didn't beat our best lap time, but having 3 consistent lap times is what won it for us. So instead of having a minute 30 for the previous 2 laps, for a couple laps, we're down to a minute 15 or less. So again, that is this or Ibanna, first place on the last track. It took us 3 tries. Sorry for the extended cut of this, but you know, third time's the charm, had to get through it. So let's go ahead and take a look at our new pod racer, Mr. Bozzy Baranta, the Space Caveman, with his ridiculous pod racer. So there it is, guys. The sweet sound of victory. Another 3,000 trinkets in our pocket, and another victory. You can see we only won by about 4 seconds. So, really, and that's the thing that makes it difficult with a track of that length. You know, as soon as you make one mistake, especially on the first turn, if you don't get that first turn, you're pretty much screwed. But 3,000 more trinkets, and that is a first place on all of the races, boys. So I'm going to be doing some fun races after this, just trying out some of the different pod racers, trying out some of the different characters on some of the different maps. So if you have any suggestions on which characters and which maps I should try together, leave a comment below, and I'll pick some of the fun ones and we'll give it a shot. So thanks again for tuning in for Star Wars Episode 1 Racer here on Additional Paladins Games. This is probably the last of the official series. I'll do a couple one-off videos here and there, just with some fun racers. But other than that, the series has wrapped itself up. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking through and watching all the different races. If you have any suggestions, any tips, if there are any, hidden passageways or anything like that, let me know, and I'll take a look at them. Maybe do a map on some different secret passages that you can take. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time here on Additional Paladin Games.